Hi all, my name's Tim and you're all welcome to another edition of Smelly Sweet. In today's episode I'm giving you a top 10 spring fragrance list, or almost something like that. It's just the top 3 that are my top 3 suggestions. The other 7 are in no particular order or anything like that. So I try to cover the grounds with both different kind of scents, and also try to cover the grounds with different kind of prices to the fragrances. And spring is a difficult time, at least in Sweden, because for 1 week ago I had 10 degrees Celsius, sun was shining, sitting on the front porch drinking my morning coffee. Today 2 degrees Celsius, stormy, windy, rainy, just a couple of miles north of where I'm living. It is snowstorm, so I have to cover basically everything, because we can get snowfall 20 degrees Celsius in May, but it also can be some snowfall at times. So I try to cover the grounds for that occasions, and I guess that is basically that cover the grounds for many others as well. So let's dive into that by giving you one of my latest acquisitions, Rochas moustache. This is often be compared to Guerlain tuxedo. Are there similarities? Yes, you do pick up some similarities, but there is one big important difference. In this one, the sweetness in the base is a little bit more of a woody sweetness. When it comes to Guerlain tuxedo, the sweetness in the base is an oceanic kind of a sweetness. But this one also feels a little bit lighter, a little bit more airy, and for that reason I think this will work very good for a little bit colder spring days. Also recently saw somebody, a YouTube reviewer, talking about Guerlain tuxedo, and he was talking about the amazing amber in Guerlain tuxedo. Well, get a grip, there isn't amber in Guerlain tuxedo, it is ambergris, and it is the ambergris that gives tuxedo that oceanic vibe. In this one it is the amber that gives it a little bit more of the wood vibe, but I also believe there is cedar in this one as well, as some floral notes, maybe some rose and stuff like that. Next up we have two fragrances actually from the same line, but one is for the colder weather, and that is Guerlain L'Homme Idéal EDT. Citruses, almond and some leather in the dry down, which I think is very awesome. And in this one, for the colder weather, warmer weather, saying that wrong, we have the cool from L'Homme Idéal with the mint and the almond, which is most about that. But if you have both these in your collection, you are set for spring, both the colder days and the warmer days. Next up we have something from a little bit more pricey, and that is Nasomatto Absinth. Nasomatto Absinth. That fucking name is so hard. Anyway, this opens up with warm wood, but on my skin the warm wood comes off very much like licorice. So you also have a green undertone on this one. What I think when I wear this one is, what I picture myself is walking on a big green field, getting the wind in my face and the wafts from the growing grass at the same time as I'm eating some licorice. A bit pricey, but for 30 ml that will last you for a very, very long time, because it is powerful. Next up we have something that I've included both in my fall list and my winter list for 2021 and 2020. Oasis verte from Rituals. A dupe take, call it whatever you want, of Terre d'Hermès Eau de Parfum. You have the orange, the vetiver, I've talked about it already, so go check it out. It is truly a versatile fragrance, as I will include this in my summer list as well. I can give that away already now. Next up we have a kind of a blue fragrance. Yves Saint Laurent Y EDP. The reason I say kind of a blue fragrance is because I don't like blue fragrances. Bleu. I don't like Sauvage, Chanel de Bleu, Bleu de Chanel I should say, Dylan Versace Bleu, what is it called? Versace Dylan Bleu. Yeah. I'm not keen on those fragrances, but this one however is included in that family, in that category, and I think that is a bit unfair, because this one has character. This one has body, and most of all, it has soul. So I'm not saying that the other ones smell bad, because they do smell good, but they just don't touch me like this one does. So for me, it is unfair to include it in the blue family bleu. Anyway, I do enjoy this juice, and I recently got to try Le Parfum, the new release. I still prefer this one. I didn't buy that one, I tried it in store, but I will try and get my hands on it so I can do a comparison video eventually. Next up, we have something from Niche Roll. Try and show you Sea Mint. This one is a dupe take clone of London Oud from Fragrance du Bois. You have the oceanic vibe, you do have the mint you get, but you also do get that famous cucumber feeling. And I do find that in London Oud as well, even if it's not listed as a note, but it gives you that really refreshing feeling. So for the warmer weather, I haven't said that, have I? This one, Rituals Oasis Verte, works very well both warm and cold weather. Usalon Y works very well in both warm and cold weather. The other ones I didn't mention, maybe this one, Absinth, also works in warm and cold weather. This one is more for the warmer weather. I only tried this one at winter time, and it is loud. It projects massively. So imagine what it will do in the warm weather. I'm looking forward to try that out. Now we're coming to my top 3, and my top 3 is the best spring fragrance for the colder weather, it is the best spring fragrance for the warmer weather, and it is the best overall spring fragrance. Now, for the cold weather, Tom Ford Ombré Leather. And for me, it is a myth. It is a myth that you need to have a leather jacket when you wear this fragrance. Because if you wear this fragrance and you pass by somebody and they pick up your scent tray, they will in their head imagine that you have a leather jacket on you. So I adore this one. I also use this one even if it is a little bit warmer outside, but I do know that many people struggle with that. I do love this. This is, I can say no, I'm already working on a top 10 leather fragrances or something like that. I can give that away already now. This is going to be my #1 spot when it comes to that. Next up we have for the warm weather spring fragrances, and I picked Cartier, I don't know if you can see it there, L'Envol. This isn't a photogenic bottle at all. It is a struggle to take a good picture out of it, but I will try again soon. For my Instagram account, so you can go follow me there if you like to. And while you're at it, I leave a link down below to my Instagram account, and while you're scrolling down in the description, hit the subscribe button as well. Now, this one has plenty of notes listed, but what I mainly pick up on are some woody notes, lavender and honey. And it gives me not a overly power syrupy sweet honey. It is a well-balanced fragrance, a class, well-made fragrance. I don't know if I can see, if I can look it up on my iPad, if I can look it up who the perfumer is, because he done an amazing job with this fragrance. I don't find who the man behind is. Sorry for that. I mean, like, look it up and maybe come back to give you a full review. But for fun's sake, I will read all the notes from Fagentica for you, because there are a lot of notes listed. You have lavender, sage, artemisia, violet leaf, pepper, honey, iris, gaiac wood, musk, patchouli, amberwood, cedar and vetiver. But I say honey, woody notes you pick up, and lavender. Those are the most prominent notes to my nose at least, and works very, very well in the warm weather, even in spring, summer. So this is leaning towards a little bit more of a summer fragrance, but because of those herbal notes you find in here with the lavender and the sage and stuff like that, I think it is a very good fragrance for spring. Next up we have the ultimate spring fragrance for both warm and cold weather, Nishane Ambra Calabria. If you hear something ringing, no, it was my pizza delivery. Anyway, Nishane Ambra Calabria. If I would categorize it, I would say What I pick up, it is citrus, green, sweet, aromatic. The citrus from the bergamot hits you instantly, but you also pick up on the green leaves and the green notes in this one. And then you have the sweetness from vanilla, I believe there's amber and musk, but also you have coriander in this one. And the coriander gives that vibrating green feeling of it. So I really appreciate, this is a bit pricey, but it is totally worth it because you do get a good performance, great longevity, good projection, and I already gained some compliments from it. I only wear it out in public 2 or 3 times. I already gained 1 compliment first time I wore it. So, likable. The sweetness, the vanilla, this is so well blended as well, because it is really hard to pinpoint the specific notes in it. Go check it out. I hope you enjoyed this list, that it wasn't dragging out too much on the time. I know that time is precious for everybody. So I hope I saved you some time so you have time over to do whatever you like for the rest of the evening. So until next time, stay safe and be well, and I'll be back.